Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Let you manage the machinery factory. Do you create a lithography machine? Isn't it, old man? The machinery factory is almost closing down. You want me to take over? Unexpectedly, just as he took over the mechanical factory, Lin Feng awakened to the mechanical light system. Asma. Our company monopolizes the world's most advanced lithography machines. Lin Feng. Sorry, that's in the past tense. Now our lithography machine is more advanced. Xin International. What? Mr. Lin Feng is willing to prioritize providing lithography machines to our Daxia enterprise. Mr. Lin Feng, what a big picture. Sanxin. Mr. Lin Feng. Please sell us some lithography machines. We are willing to purchase them even if they are 50% higher than the market price. Get it right. Our company will officially adopt a 3-nanometer process to make chips, leading the world. Lin Feng. My machinery factory can already produce graphene chips, and the operating speed is dozens of times faster than that of Tongtong. Hua Wei. Thank you, Mr. Lin Feng, for giving us priority in providing us with chips. We are willing to split our net profit by 37%, U7. Fruit. Mr. Lin Feng. Please sell us some chips. We are willing to pay 30% equity. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Let me manage optics. Seeking fresh flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Isn't it, sir, you want me to take over optics machinery? Lin Feng looked at his old man with an incredulous expression on his face. Optics machinery. A familiar yet unfamiliar name. When I was a child, it was still the core industry of the family. Unfortunately, the scale is only around 1 billion so far. Compared to other industries at home, such as real estate, hotels, apartments, etc., it appears somewhat transparent. Moreover, in recent years, it is difficult to work in the industry. There is not yet any exclusive technology from optics, which makes it even more difficult. If it weren't for the feedback from other industries within the group and continuous capital injection, it might have already crossed the line. For Lin Feng, this optical machinery is like a hot potato. Lin Zhongxiang was not too surprised by his reaction and directly handed over a document, saying, I was originally struggling about which company to send you to for training, but I didn't expect that someone would create such a good condition for you. During his speech, Lin Zhongxiang's eyes clearly flashed a hint of coldness. However, Lin Feng did not notice this change. But quickly open it. This is actually a report letter. There aren't many characters on it. The amount of information is enormous. Anonymous reporting of corruption by the CEO, finance, and business personnel of optoelectronics machinery. The involved personnel have almost covered nearly half of the middle and senior management of the company. They actually embezzled hundreds of millions of yuan from the company. After reading it, Lin Feng subconsciously said, I think this matter must be thoroughly investigated and dealt with seriously. For their family, perhaps these few hundred million is not a large amount. However, half of a company's executives have problems, which is really serious. A 1,000-mile embankment can also be destroyed by ant nests, let alone a mere company. How to handle it is your responsibility. Lin Zhongxiang said, in a moment, I will transfer all 100% equity of optics to your name, and the group will also cut off any connection with optics. When did you make a name for yourself by relying on the Department of Optics? When will you be allowed to come back and inherit the family property? Lin Feng said speechlessly, Old man, aren't you serious? As far as I know, optics' independent research and development capabilities are poor, and there are basically no unique technologies. Moreover, with such high labor costs now, it is difficult to break even. You wouldn't have had an illegitimate child outside and want to drive me away, would you? As soon as this sentence is spoken, Lin Zhongxiang's face was suddenly filled with anger. Bastard! What you're saying is nonsense. I'm just your son, there aren't many illegitimate children. But if you don't win, I will definitely not give you my heart and soul. The potential of optoelectronics is still good, and I don't have high requirements. If you can restore optoelectronics' annual profit growth rate to the previous 20%, then you can restore your inheritance rights. Otherwise, I would rather donate all these billions of assets. Profit growth rate restored by 20%. What a joke. Can it compare to the environment 20 years ago now? Traditional mechanical industries are simply impossible to achieve. When Lin Feng was about to retort, a voice suddenly came to his ear. Ding dong. Host detected, congratulations on binding the mechanical heart system. When you own a mechanical factory, the mechanical heart system will be officially activated and reward beginners with a large gift package *1. System. Lin Feng was suddenly taken aback. How could he, who often reads novels, not know what the system is? But he always felt that this thing was conceived by the author, who would have thought that he could also have it. The key is that this system actually claims that owning a mechanical factory can officially activate the system and receive a beginner gift package, which is not just a doorstep benefit. After all, with his understanding of Lin Zhongxiang, he will definitely take over optics machinery later. Okay, since that's the case, let's keep our promises. Don't cry and beg, let me merge optics into the group again. In Lin Feng's view, with the assistance of the system, he can definitely achieve great success in the field of machinery, not to mention a 20% annual growth rate. Even more terrifying numbers are sure to be successful. Moreover, may real estate continue to stabilize? He felt that it was definitely not possible. By contrast, if advanced technology is obtained through the system, it naturally becomes particularly easy to achieve long-term success. Besides, even if it fails, will Lin Zhongxiang really not leave the company to him? The answer is obvious. What? Are you sure? Lin Zhongxiang originally thought that Lin Feng would negotiate certain conditions. I didn't expect that Lin Feng would readily agree. After a pause, Lin Zhongxiang continued, don't forget, last year I sold a house for 70 billion yuan. Would you be envious of a small machinery factory? If you really have that ability, I dare to directly entrust the entire group to you, and I'll just retire early. Let's wait and see. Lin Feng smiled and said. Looking at Lin Feng's expression, Lin Zhongxiang always felt that there was something fishy about it. But no matter what he thinks, he also thinks there must be no problem. Only one morning's time. The entire equity of optics machinery is already under the name of Lin Feng. Ding dong. The mechanical heart system has been successfully activated. The beginner gift pack has been distributed, please collect it yourself. Chapter 2. Mechanical Heart System, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Upon hearing the prompt sound, Lin Feng's heart suddenly burst with joy. Since the procedures have been completed, I will go to the optics department to take a look first. Upon hearing this, Lin Zhongxiang gently waved his hand and said, go ahead, there are also available people over there. I'll know when you go over. After Lin Zhongxiang finished speaking, he closed his eyes. Seeing that he had no intention of continuing, Lin Feng nodded lightly and said, I understand. I also want to know that with Lin Zhongxiang's means, optics machinery cannot completely lose control. The reason why he didn't do it himself was entirely a test for Lin Feng. It's normal not to say too much. Farewell to Lin Zhongxiang, Lin Feng took a taxi directly to the headquarters of optoelectronics machinery located in the suburbs. See the car start. Lin Feng quickly opened the system panel. What caught the eye were just a few prompt sounds. This system is a mechanical heart system that covers all the tools and devices that can help humans reduce work difficulty or save effort, from chopsticks, brooms, tweezers, to machine tools, rockets, chips, robots. As long as the host has enough points, they can purchase products or graphics. The points are a unique currency specified by the system. Hosts can sell products and earn points by binding factories, optoelectronics machinery. You can earn 1 point for every 1 yuan of product sold. May I ask if you have received a beginner gift package? Hiss. Lin Feng couldn't help but take a cold breath. This system is far more exaggerated than he imagined. It is not difficult to see some cutting-edge black technologies from the system's list. Even things that only exist in science fiction movies can be bought with perfect points. After a rough glance, it was basically certain that all the tools he knew could be found in the system panel. Machine tool. Chips. Lithography machine. Metaverse AI plus autonomous driving technology. Take off safely in place. With these resources, how many real estate companies do you need? No matter how impressive a real estate company is, it can monopolize all future high-tech and earn more. If it can develop smoothly, it can even directly monopolize the future of humanity, and technological innovation can be easily integrated. Money, then it won't be a number. Looking at the various items on the system interface, Lin Feng felt as if his mouth had become dry and his heart was about to jump out. After a long time, I finally managed to calm down. Claim the beginner's gift pack. As one makes a choice. The system prompt sounds again. Ding. Congratulations to the host for opening the beginner gift pack. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the lithography machine drawings and spare parts drawings. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the lithography machine production line *1. Lithography machine. Upon hearing the lithography machine, Lin Feng fell into confusion again. As a great Xia person, how could he not know about lithography machines? Now who doesn't know, the free nation is holding on to Xia's neck on the lithography machine. It is precisely because there is no lithography machine that it is impossible to achieve the production of domestically produced chips. It is because there is no lithography machine that the mobile phone business of watching company is now halved. It is because there is no lithography machine that half of the money spent on buying various electrical appliances is now earned by foreign countries. Result. The beginner's gift package directly rewards their lithography machine production technology. And it also directly rewarded a production line. Isn't it true that he will soon be able to produce a lithography machine? If that's really the case. That's really a wild start. You know, this thing is banned. That is to say, no matter how much money is spent, it cannot be bought. But this thing has enormous value. As long as you have a lithography machine. It won't take long to produce chips independently. Various electrical and electronic products that require the use of chips can significantly reduce their costs. It is not difficult to see that the demand for lithography machines in China is absolutely huge and quite urgent. He can rely on a lithography machine to quickly gather funds and points, and at that time, he can exchange more black technology. With the help of the system, the scale of his industry will inevitably become larger and larger like a snowball. Sir, sir, sir. At this moment, a shout came from Lin Feng's ear, waking him up. Sir, we have arrived at optics machinery. Upon hearing these words, he realized that the car had arrived at the entrance of Guanca machinery. Oh, thank you. After quickly getting off the car, Lin Feng closed the system panel and whispered, wait, it won't be long before I exchange these black technologies one by one. I, Lin Feng, will be the man who opens a new era. Although the points required by those black technologies are like astronomical numbers to him. But he believes that with the help of lithography machines, we can quickly get back on track. However, before that, the most important thing was to make optics machinery obedient. A company full of worms is not enough for him to make a big move. After tidying up his mood, Lin Feng walked towards the gate. Chapter 3. Me, your new boss, seeking flowers. You are listening at novel full.audio. Mr. Lin, you're here. Lin Feng was about to have the security guard open the door when a female voice came over. Looking for fame. A woman in beige professional attire walked out. Light makeup, glasses, and hair coiled at the back of the head seem a bit familiar. Lin Feng can be certain that he had seen this woman before, but for a moment he couldn't remember who she was. Are you? Mr. Lin, my name is Yi Qingyi and I am the Vice President of Optics Machinery. Yi Qingyi quickly said, if you have any questions about optics, feel free to ask me. Yi Qingyi. He is quite familiar with this name. It can be said that this name is synonymous with children from different families from childhood to adulthood. It seems that when he was very young, he heard that his father supported a large number of impoverished children to complete their studies. And Yi Qingyi is the most outstanding among these people. Due to frequent skipping grades, at the age of only 20, he obtained a master's degree from a top-tier university. However, later on she did not choose to continue her studies, but directly entered the group to work and still achieved very good results. I just didn't expect that she would also be sent to the optics department. However, regardless of her past, Lin Feng cannot be certain that she is really clean enough. You should know that if that report letter could really oust that large group of executives, the group that would benefit the most might be her. Oh, Vice President. I hope we have a pleasant cooperation in the future. Lin Feng withdrew his thoughts and reached out, saying, you should already know that I have become the only owner of optics machinery, right? Of course. After a brief greeting between the two, Lin Feng directly cut into the topic and said, where is Guo Jianqiang now? General Manager's office, should I take you there? Yi Qingyi said. Of course, I'll need your help later. In just a short while, Lin Feng had already thought of the best way to catch the moth. Of course, no matter what the outcome may be, Yi Qingyi, as one of the executives, must be present. Under the leadership of Yi Qingyi, Lin Feng and the others walked towards the CEO's office. Optics machinery actually occupies a large area, and the office area is a 5-story small building, so I met many people on the way. And these employees, when they saw the two people leave, were all discussing. You say, what is Mr. Yi doing with that man? You look so handsome, is it Mr. Ye's boyfriend? I don't think so. Mr. Yi has a clear distinction between work and life. Did someone parachute again? It shouldn't have happened. Those who parachuted shouldn't have walked side by side with Mr. Yi. Those who are close to the red, those who are close to the ink, those who are close to the black. Don't you know what those people above us are like? Mr. Yi is influenced by them and it's normal to arrange personal arrangements. Shoo. Are you crazy? Dare to say that, don't want to mess around. Lao Zhang, don't speak without restraint. Not every machinery factory is protected by real estate tycoons. Unfortunately, Lin Feng did not hear these words. If he were to hear it, he would definitely feel that his plan is highly feasible. In no time, Yi Qingyi led Lin Feng to an office and said, Mr. Lin, this is Mr. Guo Jianqiang's office. Lin Feng nodded lightly and pushed the door in. Who is it? I don't know how to knock on the door. Just entered. Then came a roar. Uncle Guo has a lot of energy. Lin Feng looked at Guo Jianqiang and the women around him, mocking him. At this moment, he understood that Guo Jianqiang, regardless of whether he had embezzled public funds or not, should be eliminated. Only by kicking out all those miscellaneous things can the entire company regain its youthful vitality. Why did Lin Xiao come to Guanca? Guo Jianqiang paid no attention to Lin Feng's attitude. Because he had not received any news, he only felt that Lin Feng had come to play. Mr. Guo, you may not know yet that Mr. Lin has taken over our optoelectronics machinery, and in the future, Mr. Lin will be our boss. Yi Qingyi sneered at Guo Jianxiang's attitude. As soon as this sentence is spoken, Guo Jianxiang's face changed. Lin Xiao, have you taken over the optics department? Yes, all the equity of optics technology is now in my hands. Lin Feng said calmly, I want to let all the employees know about this matter as soon as possible, so I plan to hold a temporary meeting. Please trouble both of you and gather everyone together. Upon hearing Lin Feng's words, Guo Jianxiang immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Feng doesn't seem to have any intention of touching him. He thinks that if he is still asked to do things now, the problem should not be very big. Little did they know that Lin Feng gathered everyone together to make a quick decision. Although Yi Qingyi didn't know what Lin Feng was up to, she still chose to listen to the boss and didn't ask much. Soon, more than 800 people in the company have been gathered. These people are all elderly people with rich production experience. For Lin Feng, they may be the most valuable treasures in the company. As for the personnel in the remaining departments, apart from the technical talents in the R&D department, they all seem dispensable. After confirming that everything was basically ready, Lin Feng walked directly onto the stage. Amidst the puzzled gazes of the crowd, he announced, My name is Lin Feng. Starting today, I will take over optics, which means that from now on, I will be your boss. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Reward 10 million, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As soon as this sentence is spoken, there was an uproar. Everyone is discussing it one after another. Many people have turned their attention to Guo Jianxiang and Yi Qingyi. Seeing that the two of them didn't say anything, they finally accepted the fact that the young man on stage was their new boss. For a moment, everyone's expressions varied. Expectation, curiosity, worry, panic of course. The majority are occupied by panic. After realizing this, Lin Feng spoke out and comforted, I can assure everyone that I will not make large-scale layoffs, and my salary and benefits will not be adjusted. The reason why everyone is gathered is entirely because of other things. It has to be said. Lin Feng's comfort penetrated into people's hearts. They are all worried about whether they will lose their jobs and whether their money will be insufficient. After hearing Lin Feng's assurance, the panic in the crowd naturally decreased a lot. At the same time, they are also looking forward to what Lin Feng mentioned. After all, every decision made by the boss can have a significant impact on them. Among the crowd present, only Guo Jianxiang appeared to be holding himself high and indifferent. It seems that in his eyes, Lin Feng's behavior today is somewhat childish. If this continues, it is impossible to have any impact on him. However, Lin Feng's next sentence made him sweat profusely. In order to ensure the healthy development of the company, I plan to conduct a special adjustment on the issue of management corruption before the new equipment is in place. I'm not exaggerating either. Anyone who can provide clues and evidence related to corruption, bribery, and embezzlement in company management can receive a huge reward. Every current or former executive of the company, including CRO Guo Jianxiang, is sentenced to a probation reward of 500,000 yuan for whistleblowers and a fixed-term imprisonment reward of 1 million yuan for whistleblowers. A word stirs up 1,000 waves. Everyone present looked at Lin Feng in surprise. Who would have thought that the boss's first fire would burn onto the heads of the executives? Speaking is sentencing. Determination can be said to be unstable. For a moment, many people began to calculate. 500,000 is not a small amount. Equivalent to 10 years of salary for many people. Take it down and you'll get a half sweet. The temptation of striving for 10 years less can be imagined. Without much thought, their gaze towards the executives became unfriendly. On the contrary, it is naturally the executives. Everyone is in danger. Especially Guo Jianxiang standing next to Lin Feng. Although I have been as calm as possible, my forehead is also covered in fine sweat. He could only constantly comfort himself in his heart, saying, Lin Feng's words must just emphasize that all executives are the same, not targeting him. If you do that kind of thing too much, it's inevitable to be a bit careless. Before they could discuss, Lin Feng spoke again. Of course, middle-level management also has rewards. Those who are sentenced to probation will be rewarded with 300,000 yuan, while those who are sentenced to fixed-term imprisonment will be rewarded with 500,000 yuan. Besides that, there is one last point. I will refer to it as the President Guo Jianxiang's Special Award. If the informant can provide crucial evidence that leads to Guo Jianxiang being personally sentenced to more than 5 years imprisonment, the informant will be rewarded with 10 million yuan, and the informant will be forgiven for not pursuing criminal and civil compensation for embezzlement of public funds. If Guo Jianxiang himself is sentenced to imprisonment of up to 5 years, with an annual reward of 1 million yuan, and can forgive the whistleblower, he will not be held criminally liable for embezzlement of public funds and civil liability of up to 10 million yuan. The words have just finished. Guo Jianxiang was completely paralyzed on the ground. It wasn't until he heard Lin Feng's last point that he understood that from the beginning, the goal was him. And, it's about putting him to death. If all executives receive the same treatment, then they are like grasshoppers on a rope. But when the last point came out, he became the gold medal for avoiding death. As long as he reveals everything he has done, not only does he not need to be punished, but he can also get 10 million. It can be said. Those who used to collude with others will immediately consider reporting him as a life-saving straw. As for whether Lin Feng can offer so much bounty, who would doubt it? I also know that I can definitely bring it out. Moreover, taking down these embezzlers of public funds, the money they spit out is far more than the amount of this bounty. Anyone who uses their brains knows that no matter how much money is spent on this matter, Lin Feng will definitely only make a profit without losing. Lin. Mr. Lin, I am an elder in the field of optics. I am the one who fought the world with your father. You cannot treat me like this. You cannot. So, are you really misappropriating public funds? Before he could finish speaking, Lin Feng interrupted directly. Yi Qingyi, call the police. You. I see you're crazy. Lin Feng, I'll call Lin Zhongxiang now. However. How could he possibly get through? I made several consecutive phone calls but couldn't get through. Guo Jianxiang's mentality became increasingly shattered, and he had to accept reality. Lin Zhongxiang, you must already know about this matter. Mr. Lin. Without me, optics cannot operate at all. Lin Feng, you were also the one I watched grow up with. When you were a child, I even hugged you. Mr. Lin. Please, it's my lard that fooled me. I didn't dare to spend any of the money I was greedy for, I saved it all, and I returned all of it. P.S. Starting from 5 p.m. every day accumulated October tickets plus 1 change accumulated 100 reviews plus 1 update accumulated 1000 flowers plus 1 change kneel down and beg for the little flower. Kneeling down for a small ticket. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Should have been written by you, right? Seeking fresh flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Watching Guo Jianxiang's plea, the audience was filled with sorrow. In just a few minutes, they saw Guo Jianxiang fall from the altar. The immediate superior who had just ridden on his own head is now limping on the ground and pleading bitterly. However, it is evident that no employee has shown sympathy towards him. There are only a few executives, and they may feel a bit sad. One by one, they began to ponder whether they had any evidence. Especially the female employee who had just become intimate with him seemed to have golden eyes shining. Perhaps. Reporting Gua Jianxiang has become their only hope. It has also become their wealth code. Finally. Gua Jianxiang's heart sank and he suddenly stood up, ready to pounce on Lin Feng. I don't know when the security personnel had already appeared on stage and quickly took control of it. On the brink of death, Gua Jianxiang fought back, but after being easily controlled, he instantly became decadent and no longer had the vitality he had just experienced. Cough cough, looking at Mr. Gua's appearance, I think he has embezzled a lot. I hope everyone can report it actively. The 10 million yuan bonus is quite generous. Seeing Gua Jianxiang being dragged down, Lin Feng coughed lightly and said to the crowd. At the same time, the evaluation of Yi Qingyi in my heart was also a bit high. Surprisingly, he predicted Gua Jianxiang's action in advance and called the security personnel to his side. Soon. The employee meeting ended with Gua Jianxiang being taken away by the police. I believe there will be sufficient evidence sent over soon, and Gua Jianxiang will be escorted all the way to several years in prison. The conference is over. Lin Feng walked straight towards Gua Jianxiang's office. If nothing unexpected happens, that will be his office for a long time in the future. And Yi Qingyi followed behind Lin Feng, looking at his back with a curious expression in his eyes. The way Lin Feng solves the chaos in the field of optics is completely different from the methods she imagined. Or rather, the methods used by Lin Zhongxiang are vastly different. The father and son have completely different styles. But it has to be said that the method adopted by Lin Feng is obviously more efficient. Money can make ghosts grind, not to mention, it only allows some people to reveal the secrets buried in their hearts. With those bounties, it won't be long before we can eliminate the light industry. Thinking about it, for some reason, suddenly, her mind was filled with Lin Feng's calm demeanor when facing Gua Jianxiang's madness. It seems that Xiaolin is also quite handsome. Bang! Yi Qingyi, who was daydreaming, suddenly felt like she had hit something and suddenly regained her senses. I said, don't you look when you walk? Yes. I'm sorry, Mr. Lin. I was just thinking about something else, so. Before Yi Qingyi could finish explaining, Lin Feng said, you must be thinking that the evidence you have can send Gua Jianxiang in for a few years, right? Ah. Yi Qingyi was taken aback at the words. Still pretending to be silly. The anonymous report letter I saw today was written by you, right? I just compared the handwriting in Gua Jianxiang's office. Upon hearing Lin Feng's words, Yi Qingyi instinctively planned to refute them, but upon careful consideration of what had just happened, it seemed that there was no need to conceal anything at all. That anonymous report letter was asked by Mr. Lin to be written by me, saying it was meant to test you. Now it seems like it's a bit unnecessary. Yi Qingyi ultimately chose not to conceal anything and said, in fact, I have already obtained evidence of corruption not only from Gua Jianxiang, but also from several executives. It is precisely because of this that her emotions towards Lin Feng are so strong. After half a year of investigation, she only found evidence of embezzlement of public funds from a few people, but with just a few words of effort, Lin Feng was able to basically eliminate them. Oh. Since that's the case, please go to the police station and don't let Gua Jianxiang have a chance to come out. Lin Feng frowned and said, after these people are sentenced, I will definitely not lose your reward. In just 2 sentences, Lin Feng has roughly sorted out the matter. I also want to know that this is definitely part of the test left by his father. Mr. Lin, actually you don't need to give me this evidence. Collecting this evidence is my job, and besides, your father also has this evidence. One size fits all, you can accept it when the time comes. After speaking, Lin Feng continued to walk towards the office. Soon. The matter here has spread to Lin Zhongxiang's side. After listening to the secretary's explanation, Lin Zhongxiang couldn't help but burst out laughing and said, he truly deserves to be Lin Zhongxiang's son. In just a few hours, he came up with this method. With this wave, most of those mice should be able to be pulled out. Time is running out. Everything was as expected by Lin Feng. In just 3 days, dozens of managers were taken down. It's no wonder that when employees see Gua Jianxiang, who once dominated the world, being able to win over because of this incident, they are almost certain to judge. They are naturally full of confidence in Lin Feng's special investigation. Anyway, these people have no chance to retaliate against themselves. Isn't that enough to confidently bring out your evidence with confidence? Even if it's testifying in court or something, it doesn't matter in front of hundreds of thousands of bonuses. P.S. Have any readers really enjoyed reading this type of book? It has been half a day since I published the book, and my collection is only a few minutes long after someone else opened the book. Little flowers and tickets are also pitifully scarce. Woo 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 woo. The author is so lacking in confidence. If someone likes to watch, just click on the small flowers, small tickets, and the author can also code with peace of mind. As long as you meet the requirements for adding more, you must add more. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Clear all Chapter 6. Seeking fresh flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In summary. Driven by a huge bounty, in a very short time, Lin Feng cleared out the optical industry. Although he cannot guarantee that everyone is clean enough yet, at least he can now show off his skills. It can be said that in the process of cleaning up the field of optics, almost everything was expected by Lin Feng, except for one thing. That is to say, after taking down half of the management, the company's production, testing and other processes were not negatively affected, and even became more efficient. After careful analysis, Lin Feng roughly understood the reason for this situation. 1. After some management was taken down, the company no longer became bloated. 2. The manager takes it down, while the deputy manager takes it up. This model has led to most of the management being just promoted and eager to achieve some performance. 3. There is a huge gap in mid to low-level management positions, and employees are eager to showcase themselves, try their best to showcase themselves, and aspire to take on some positions. Driven by recent events, the entire optoelectronics machinery has shown a vibrant vitality. Give people a feeling of dreaming back to the past. And at this moment, in the CEO's office, Yi Qingyi is still dressed in competent professional attire. Standing at Lin Feng's desk, he succinctly reported to him and said, "At present, the company's main business is the production of high-end optical instrument accessories, including light sources, lenses, electronic screens, etc. By relying on the production of these accessories, we can achieve an annual production capacity of over 1 billion yuan, with a net profit of approximately 30 to 35 million yuan. Upon hearing this, Lin Feng couldn't help but raise his eyebrows and said, "Do you mean that our company's current business only has a profit of about 3%? About 3% to 4% of the profit, but because the R&D department also needs to use a lot of funds for research, in fact, we have been relying on the capital injection from the headquarters." Soon. Lin Feng then sorted out all the current situation of optics. After a moment of contemplation, he said, "Qingyi, please inform all department managers that we have a meeting in the adjacent conference room." Okay, Mr. Lin. Yi Qingyi nodded and walked towards the outside. Under normal circumstances, it is not necessary for her as the vice president to personally handle the matter of notifying the meeting. Unfortunately, there is no other way. Gua Jianxiang's secretary is not reliable. Basically, those who are sent in will be sent in, while those who are dismissed will be dismissed. Hurriedly recruiting a secretary, Lin Feng is also not very confident. Instead of doing so, it's better to temporarily keep Yi Qingyi busy for a while. Anyway, it seems that Yi Qingyi is very adept at doing similar things. Seeing Yi Qingyi leave the office, Lin Feng couldn't help but say, "Fortunately, I have a system and I have also obtained the production technology of lithography machines. Otherwise, I really don't know how much time and energy I would waste here. After just communicating, he has a special understanding of the situation of optics. Simply put, if you don't want to innovate, settle for the status quo, and contract manufacturing for others, then there will be tens of millions of hard-earned money every year. If you want to innovate, you need to inject capital recklessly. With the current situation of the company, it will definitely not be able to make ends meet and will face long-term liabilities. Fortunately, he now has a complete set of lithography machine technology in his hands, and even a complete lithography machine production line, which is basically enough to put optics in this awkward predicament. Soon, all department managers have been in place. Lin Feng sat in the main seat, looked around, and couldn't help but nod in satisfaction. It has to be said that the previous actions seem to have had a quite good effect, killing chickens and warning monkeys. How long will it take to cancel all the company's OEM business and sell all the inventory that currently belongs to our company? As soon as this sentence is spoken, everyone was shocked. Everyone looked at Lin Feng incredulously. Even Yiqingyi did not expect Lin Feng to make such a decision. Mr. Lin, many outsourcing businesses have signed contracts for 1 or even several years. If we unilaterally cancel them, we may face several times the compensation. After a slight hesitation, the business manager explained to Lin Feng. Of course I know, just say the time and compensation amount. Lin Feng said indifferently. Compared to the lithography machine business, he still has a clear distinction between OEM business and lithography machine business. Because of this small compensation, the production and manufacturing of the lithography machine were delayed, which is definitely a behavior of picking sesame seeds and losing watermelons. Moreover, those who were sued by him will soon spit out huge amounts of funds. Even if a portion is distributed as a bounty, there is still a considerable surplus. Can fully support him to produce a lithography machine. Upon hearing Lin Feng's words, the business manager quickly analyzed and said, Mr. Lin, if we don't consider losses and cut through the chaos quickly, we can stop at any time, but our company's reputation will also significantly decline. As for compensation, I estimate it will cost around 10 to 20 million yuan. Well, I see. Let's do it this way. Also, clear out valuable inventory at a low price for me. The faster, the better, Lin Feng said. P.S. Seeking small flower tickets, Wu Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7, Are you sure you're not teasing me? Seeking fresh flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Lin Feng uttered these words immediately. Everyone looked at him as if they were looking at aliens. After knowing that he would definitely lose so much money, he would still make such a choice. Especially the business department manager, he couldn't handle it in an instant. He originally thought that Lin Feng would give up this idea after hearing this number. Unexpectedly, Lin Feng not only made him truly implement it, but also had to empty out all the things produced by his company. The key is that we can still offer a low price, but the requirement is that it's fast enough. What is this for? Can the company still sustain itself if we really do this? This wave is over, and if they want to do OEM work again, it may be completely impossible. Mr. Lin, even if we sell at a low price, we may not be able to recover much capital, after all. Before he could finish speaking, Lin Feng said, It doesn't matter. Even if the cost price is cleared, I can accept it. Anyway, your task is to clear the space for me as quickly as possible. The words fell. Everyone present was even more bewildered. Can we all accept the cost price now? What the fuck is this? On the other hand, Yiqingyi's eyes flickered. Although the two of them had not been in contact for a long time, she was very clear that Lin Feng was definitely not a simple wealthy second generation, and his methods were not even inferior to those of Lin Zhongxiang. This kind of business genius, everything he does must have his reasons. If something goes wrong, there must be a demon. After carefully sorting out what happened today, Yi Qingyi couldn't help but say. Mr. Lin, are you planning to transform? Or do you have any better technology? Yi Qingyi's words seemed to have a hint of awakening the person in his dream. Suddenly, everyone in the conference room was in chaos. Better technology. What technology did Mr. Lin acquire before coming? If that's the case, it's not a big deal to give up on outsourcing or something like that. But is there really someone willing to sell advanced technology to us? Are you stupid? Just having a patent authorization is enough. In just a short amount of time, they had already brainstormed a complete thread. Everyone believed that Lin Feng must have used his money ability. After all, the internet is so developed now. It is not difficult to know a person's information. Everyone present had already known that Lin Feng was the son of their old boss's family. That is to say, their CEO Lin has a super-rich dad with assets worth hundreds of billions. Acquiring advanced technology, isn't it just a sprinkle of water? The more you think, the more likely it is. So they performed the legendary face changing in front of Lin Feng. One by one, they transformed from incredible expressions to strong curiosity. Lin Feng looked a bit speechless. Are you guys transforming fast enough? However, this matter was not originally the focus. Lin Feng cleared his throat and said, Qingyi is right. This is our next flagship product. During his speech, Lin Feng quickly operated the computer in front of him, and a picture suddenly appeared on the projector screen. A white box. Now, everyone was completely stunned. Mr. Lin, what is this thing? Is this the first time I've seen this kind of equipment, and it's also an optical instrument? The black lines on the picture should be the ones that can be unfolded, right? It seems a bit familiar. Listening to their puzzled voices, Lin Feng did not explain too much, but directly switched to the next screen. Suddenly, the scene was silent. It's not an exaggeration to say it's a needle drop. Everyone looked at the slides incredulously. This is definitely the super rocket they never imagined. Lithography machine. Surprisingly, it's a lithography machine. How could it be a lithography machine? Why do a few words from the lithography machine appear here? Yi Qingyi struggled to swallow her saliva and said incredulously, Mr. Lin, don't joke, I'm afraid my heart won't be able to handle it. Who said I'm joking? It's just a lithography machine. Lin Feng's face remained unchanged and he said, I have mastered the technology of producing lithography machines. Next, our optoelectronics machinery will focus on lithography machines. I was originally struggling with how to handle the existing business, but I didn't expect that with only a meager profit of 3 points, it's not worth wasting our energy. Compared to the profit of over 40% from lithography machines, the profit from OEM is definitely a waste of time, energy, and completely worthless thing in Lin Feng. But this is Lin Feng's perspective. When other people heard his words, they could not help but open their mouths. They were afraid that they could casually put a mantu into their mouths. Have you mastered the production technology of lithography machines? Is the next focus on optical technology? Is outsourcing a complete waste of energy? How come every sentence sounds so surreal? This is a neck-stopping technique. Without a lithography machine, chips cannot be produced. Without chips, many machines cannot produce. Famous Orange Company, because of this, terminal business is almost being terminated. Nowadays, countless companies are facing chip shortages, even washing machines are starting to rise in price. Result. The new boss actually said that he has mastered the production technology of lithography machines. Isn't this thing firmly controlled by those developed countries? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. We can handle it ourselves, seeking flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Cough cough. Mr. Lin, although I admire your ability in company management, to be frank, how could you possess lithography machine technology? After hesitating for a long time, Wang Wenbin, the manager of the technical department, solemnly said, as the most crucial part of chip manufacturing, the lithography machine has long been included in the Wassenaar Agreement. The 42-member countries, led by Western civilization, cannot sell cutting-edge technologies such as lithography machines to any enterprise or individual in our country. What he actually wanted to ask was, are you sure you haven't been deceived? But on the tip of the tongue, there was still a different explanation. After all, this is related to his job. He comes from a background as an optical mechanical researcher. I have a certain understanding of lithography machines. Even participated in the research of some parts a long time ago. Based on his analysis and speculation from people in the circle, there is still a high probability that Daxia wants to break through the blockade imposed by foreigners. But this process requires time. 10.15 years is more reasonable. As a result, Lin Feng suddenly said that he had mastered the entire set of techniques. No matter how you listen, it's unbelievable. You don't have to worry about how I got it, just know I have it anyway. Lin Feng said confidently, I forgot to mention it. If possible, I'll empty out the dust.free workshop today. A series of production equipment will be delivered tomorrow, at least there should be a place to put it. As soon as this sentence is spoken. Suddenly, a thunderous sound of pounding nuts rang out. Suddenly, everyone couldn't help but stand up and stare fixedly at Lin Feng. Oh my goodness! What the hell are you talking about? There will be production equipment delivered tomorrow. In an instant, all their doubts were cast aside. Tomorrow is a wonderful word. No one would choose such a time to draw a pancake or lie. Moreover, it's still people like Lin Feng. That is to say, there is really a high chance that you have mastered the full set of lithography machine technology. If the company can really produce lithography machines, wouldn't it become someone else flattering their own company in the future? Can you stand and earn money, and still do a few OEM jobs? Mr. Lin, are you? True. Wang Wenbin's face was very complicated at the moment. On the one hand, he also felt that Lin Feng could not say such a lie that would be exposed tomorrow. On the other hand, he felt that this matter was really unbelievable. If it was really so easy to obtain lithography machine technology, why would this playfulness get stuck in Daxia's neck? Will companies like Huaqing face the crisis of terminal business being scrapped? In summary, the hopeful yet unbelievable mood made his expression very complicated. Even, he felt that if lithography machines could really be produced, they might be recorded in history. Because lithography machines can be called the key to opening the door to a new era. Only by being able to independently produce lithography machines can we ensure unimpeded chip production and enter the information age perfectly. Of course, I've already said that life meditation equipment will be delivered tomorrow. Do you think I'll tell a lie that will be exposed tomorrow? Lin Feng still showed a confident expression and said, in fact, I plan to hand over the entire set of technology to you directly after the meeting ends. After all, the next production will require the cooperation of your technical and production personnel. Even if he can purchase various advanced technologies from the system. However, to achieve production, it still requires the efforts of technical personnel. Lin Feng is very clear that without suitable technical personnel, even if the technology is purchased, it will be difficult to achieve large-scale production. So, he plans to set up a technology research center specifically to study emerging technologies after the lithography industry stabilizes. It has to be said. After listening to Lin Feng's words, everyone felt somewhat relieved. However, the disbelief on their faces did not diminish much. After all of this sounds really fantastic, just like dreaming. Mr. Lin, finally, I have another question, which is where to purchase our parts from. After a long time, Wang Wenbin finally calmed down a bit and said, under normal circumstances, the composition of a lithography machine would require approximately 100,000 parts. Perhaps the vast majority of our parts can be produced, but even the core parts, such as those from Asma Company, need to be imported from countries such as Free Countries, Hans, and Sakura Island. Didn't I just say that? Lin Feng exclaimed in surprise, the production equipment for various parts will be delivered tomorrow, including the core parts. Whether it's the light source or anything else, we can produce them ourselves. Wow! This statement comes out. Everyone was shocked. Can all parts be produced by oneself? Even core components can be said to be produced by oneself. Even though Lin Feng said that the production equipment would be delivered tomorrow, they began to doubt whether Lin Feng had a fever and was confused. You should know that currently, no country can achieve independent production of lithography machines, which are world-class instruments. Even the only superpower in the world, a free country, cannot do such a thing at all. No matter which country or company wants to produce, it requires collaboration from multiple countries. But now, Lin Feng actually said that the company can produce all the spare parts. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Arrival of production equipment, seeking flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? You don't believe it. Lin Feng looked at everyone present with a smile on his face. He is not unable to understand everyone's emotions. If someone suddenly tells him that the production technology of the lithography machine, including 100,000 parts, can all be produced, he will not believe it. Anyone who knows how lithography machines exist cannot believe them. Because such a description will directly refresh the other party's understanding of lithography machines. Mr. Lin, it's not that I don't believe you, it's just that the amount of information about this matter is too huge. I may need some time to digest it well. Yi Qingyi's high emotional intelligence speech clearly caught the eyes of others. Everyone spoke in agreement. Obviously, Lin Feng's iron-blooded spirit has made many people a little afraid. Without diamond, one wouldn't be able to handle this porcelain work. Lin Feng said, just do this as I say. Also, Qingyi, please prepare a confidentiality agreement for me later. Once the technical department signs it, you can see my complete set of skills. No matter how much explanation is given about the lithography machine, it's useless. It's better to let them see the results directly. Anyway, they must listen to themselves. Soon, the meeting ended. Everyone present quickly returned to their positions. Only Yi Qingyi and Wang Wenbin remain on site, preparing a confidentiality agreement. The company has previously signed confidentiality agreements with others, so only some adjustments are needed. Not much time. The signing of the confidentiality agreement has been completed. Lin Feng took Wang Wenbin directly to his office. At this moment, the office floor is already piled with files. These are the complete technical solutions for lithography machines. It has to be said that the system functions are quite user-friendly. After purchasing or obtaining a certain technology, Lin Feng can designate a location at any time to release paper versions of technology-related documents or electronic versions on USB drives. Moreover, this service is completely free. No additional points need to be paid. Sleeping slot. Not only do we have DUV lithography machines, but we also have EUV lithography machines. In no time, a scream suddenly came from the office. Yi Qingyi couldn't help but look at Wang Wenbin in surprise at the sound. Manager Wang, did you just mention the EUV lithography machine? Taking advantage of her recent free time, she has already checked a lot of information related to the lithography machine. At present, there are two mainstream lithography machines in the world. They are DUV lithography machines and EUV lithography machines. Among them, DUV lithography machines are quite common and can be produced in several countries. In theory, it can be used to produce chips at the 7 nanometer level. Basically, it can meet the vast majority of application scenarios. Middle and low-end mobile phones, new energy vehicles, and appliances are all available. The EUV lithography machine, on the other hand, is more advanced. At present, there is only one company in the world that can produce. The 5-nanometer chips used in high-end mobile phones are produced by this lithography machine. It is precisely because of this that an EDU lithography machine can be sold for 1 billion yuan, while a DUV lithography machine is only worth 600 million yuan. Both he and Wang Wenbin subconsciously believed that Lin Feng had acquired the previous generation technology, which was the DUV lithography machine. After all, after technological breakthroughs, there is also a certain chance that old technologies can be obtained. But who would have thought that Lin Feng's technology would include both? If this is true, wouldn't it be said that they have become the second company in the world to master EDU technology? More importantly, according to Lin Feng, they have control over the production process of all parts and produce them independently. Isn't this just saying that they have become the world's number one? Excited Wang Wenbin felt as if he had not heard Yiqing's voice at all. After calming down, he said directly to Lin Feng, "Mr. Lin, I'll go home and move my luggage now." "No, I'll have my family bring my luggage over. I'll be staying at the company in the future." "When can we start producing lithography machines normally? When can I go back?" "That's not a problem. Anyway, the company also has dormitories. I'll have someone vacate one for you." Lin Feng thought for a moment and added, "But you also need to rest carefully. Don't let the lithography machine come out before your body collapses." During his speech, Lin Feng also glanced at Wang Wenbin. This guy may be in his 40s, but his body looks great. If you work a little harder, there shouldn't be any problems. Since he wants to work overtime, let him work overtime. Don't worry. I also want to watch our lithography machine successfully help Xia reach the top of the world. Okay, let other researchers also sign a confidentiality agreement and study together. Also, remember that the equipment will be delivered tomorrow morning around 8 o'clock. Good in the blink of an eye. It's already the second day. At around 7:50 in the morning. The entire optics department, almost all employees, have already arrived. They had already known about the big commotion yesterday, and their CEO Lin had a vast mind. I don't know where he got the production equipment for the lithography machine. Of course. They don't know much. Even many people think that it's just producing a certain accessory. After all, anyone who comes into contact with technical matters has signed a confidentiality agreement. Not much is known to others. However, even if they only know a little, it makes them very excited. Because, this is about the lithography machine. P.S. Seeking small flowers, small tickets, your support is the greatest motivation for the author's Bacteria Qingming outing in happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. I want to take a look at Chapter 10, Seeking Fresh Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Here we go. Suddenly, a voice rang out in the crowd. Immediately after, there were constant sounds coming out. Sleeping trough. There are so many. How many devices did Mr. Lin buy? Get out of my way and let the car in. With the command of Wang Wenbin and others, huge trucks entered the company one by one. Lin Feng in the distant office couldn't help but feel a little relieved that his company is located in the suburbs, and if it were in the city, perhaps these devices wouldn't be able to be transported in at all. In no time, these heavy trucks slowly entered the designated location and began unloading. Everyone appeared very shocked. Even ordinary employees are aware of this matter, it is not simple. Nonsense. What kind of parts need to be sent with so many production equipment? Based on their experience analysis, with so many devices, even if they are relatively ordinary, their value can reach 9 digits. After much thought, the only explanation they can come up with is that they will be producing many different types of lithography machine parts in the future. Suddenly, they seem to understand why they suddenly gave up on outsourcing. With so many heavyweight guys, what small equipment are you outsourcing? In the future, we will focus on producing high-end parts, wouldn't it be more comfortable? In fact, status determines one's vision. The situation of executives is completely different from theirs. Managers from various departments, including Yi Qingyi, had shocked faces. So many devices, each dismantled one looks quite advanced. The key is that the equipment used to produce lithography machine parts is exactly the same as what they have learned. Isn't it just that? Can we really produce lithography machines? If it is truly successful. So, aren't they taking off in place? According to public information, lithography machines have a 40% profit margin. Working in such a company, and still being a senior executive, I'm afraid I want to directly excel at Tongtong. However, there's no time for them to waste now. Quickly, everyone entered the state and helped Wang Wenbin coordinate. Even so, it took half a day to remove all the equipment. It was almost noon when everything was finally settled. After unloading the truck, those heavy trucks quickly flew away. Lin Feng has no worries about the whereabouts of these heavy trucks. He believes that the system will definitely do a perfect job in the aftermath, and he doesn't need to worry about these things. By contrast, he should be more concerned about the assembly of these devices. After all, the equipment that can produce lithography machines is already very precise. The difficulty of assembling is also quite great. Even though most devices are completed. Mr. Lin, don't worry, give me 1 week and I will definitely put all these production lines into operation. After confirming the situation of all the equipment, Wang Wenbin patted his chest and assured Lin Feng. Okay, this time is already very fast. Lin Feng nodded and said, however, during this period, remember to communicate with other departments and buy the raw materials. Otherwise, we won't be able to produce at that time. Don't worry, I'll work overtime tonight to get the list out. Wang Wenbin excitedly said. Obviously. The arrival of these devices gave him great confidence. How could Daxia, who had been pursuing something for decades, not be excited now that it was readily available in front of him? As for others, I have long been infected by his emotions. After all, it's highly likely to excite an expert like him. Next, Lin Feng arranged for the legal department to register relevant information such as trademarks and brands, and arranged training for production team employees. Multi-line flowering. Strive to produce the lithography machine as soon as possible. The earlier the lithography machine is produced, the more advantageous and beneficial it is for him, for the field of optics, and for Daxia. And on the other side, Lin Zhongxiang put down the document in disbelief, unable to calm down for a long time. After a long time, he pointed to the document and said to his secretary, "Are you sure that optics has several billion yuan of advanced equipment and claims to be able to produce lithography machines?" The secretary clearly understands his feelings very well. After all, it was the same when he first saw it. It's really too shocking. But after careful and repeated verification, the result obtained is indeed like this. Yes. Mr. Lin, I have repeatedly verified several times that the young master just wants to produce lithography machines. After a slight silence, Lin Zhongxiang said, "How feasible is it?" Mr. Lin, you also know the situation of lithography machines in our country. The secretary hesitated and didn't know what to say. I really want to see what tricks this kid wants to play. If he doesn't use the equipment properly, what kind of lithography machine should he be able to play with? He's really a newborn calf and not afraid of tigers. Upon hearing these words, the secretary hurriedly said, regardless of the outcome, this matter is a rare experience for the young master. I think you should support it. Humph. I remember, there seems to be a lithography machine exhibition at the beginning of next month, right? Let someone tell that kid, and then he will naturally know what it means to be ignorant of heaven and earth. Lin Zhongxiang snorted coldly and then shifted his gaze to other documents. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.